Hey guys, so this is another one of my grind spots that I use when I'm trying to just get a quiet grind and don't really want to be contested. So the silver isn't fantastic. We're looking at anywhere between 10 to 12 million an hour if you've got tier 1 pets, and then it starts to scale to 12 plus as you upgrade your pets and you get higher AP or DP. The best thing about this spot is the requirement is really low. You only need around 150 AP and around 180 to 200 DP, so it's not significantly high. So the spot I'm talking about is Elric Shrine. However, we're not looking at the shrine itself. Just south of Elric is the Canyon of Corruption. Now, Canyon of Corruption has exactly the same mobs as Elric Shrine, so it drops the Asula set. It still drops the grunil armor pieces, the Forbidden Book scrolls. You've got the trading item that stacks at 0.1 LT and turns in at 600 for a million. The beauty of this spot though is that the mob density is absolutely huge. So unlike in the Rogues video where I shown you a rotation that you'd have to look to carry out to be able to clear all the elites, for example, here you're just purely grinding whatever you can see. Now the packs of mobs that we're looking for are going to be on top of a hill. So I'll show you where to get there in a second. However, if you are going to be using this as a grind spot, what I do recommend doing is using the unlimited carry weight trick, putting your horse down at the node manager, which coincidentally is also where the turn-ins are. If you want to be a little more risky, what you can do though is look towards the grind spot and put your horse up on the hill itself. This is going to save you the time of running down all the time. You're not going to have to run down, turn in, or run down and stack your horse. And there are a couple of spots that are safe on top of the hill that you're going to be able to put your horse down. I always leave the horse on top of the hill. It just makes my life a little bit easier, and it does speed up the whole grinding process. Being able to drop weight just as part of your rotation is really convenient, so definitely something you should look at doing. Now the main things that you're going to be looking to stack are going to be the turn-in item. It stacks up to 600 like I've already said, and you're going to want to get that as much as you can on your horse. It's not unheard of for me to hit the 600 mark roughly every sort of 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how quick I'm grinding. Other than that, you only really want to hold on to things like your grunil armor and your forbidden books. You can melt down your weapons if you want for the chance at the crystals, but other than that, nothing else is really huge that stands out here. But anyway, to get to this grind spot, you're going to run down this canyon just next to the stairs that lead up to Elric Shrine. Come to the left and there's going to be this hill. You run up to the top of the hill and then look for a place to put your horse. To the left or the right, just as you get to the top of this hill, there's mountains or there's stacks of rocks. You can put your horse on top of them. More often than not, they won't attract mobs, so it's relatively safe. You might just have to tweak this a little bit. The grind spot itself, there's no real rotation. Now, I tend to hug the left wall and work clockwise around the area, just because that's something that I'm in a habit of doing anyway. I tend to do it pretty much anywhere that I grind. I'll work clockwise around the place and make sure I cover all the packs. However, as you can see from these groups of mobs, they're huge. There are tons of them. Not many people are going to be up here, so you're not going to have your grind spot crashed. You're not going to have to defend the spot very often in terms of PvP. And if you don't have the ability to grind somewhere better, then this is definitely going to be a good spot for you. It's not great for groups, so I wouldn't bother bringing multiple people here, probably 2 at most. But really this is just for a solo grind. You're going to make decent money here on your own. It's not going to be taxing, and if you just settle down for a couple of hours, you'll really reap the benefits. And like you can see from this now, while I'm running around the left side and just hugging the left wall, you can actually cross over through the middle if you want and do almost a zigzag around the top of this hill. There are much more in the way of mobs around the outside as well, so you can actually drop down to the sides. You can go down by the node manager. There's probably enough up here for 3, maybe 4 people to rotate the various areas and not conflict too much in terms of griefing grind spots. All you do though is work your way around the outside and then path through the middle and back towards the start. For most people, you're probably only going to need about 4, maybe 5 packs of mobs before you get to reset your rotation. So when you're looking for a grind rotation, the main thing that you want to look for is for the last pack of mobs you kill should die at roughly the same time the first pack respawns. And that's your rotation cutoff. You don't need to grind any more than that. You literally look to keep the shortest possible movement while killing the last pack at the same time as the first pack respawns. Up here on the Canyon of Corruption, it's really easy to do. There's an abundance of mobs. You're not going to have any difficulty working out just which packs you need to kill. For me personally, with around 181 AP, I probably killed about 6, maybe 7 groups before the first pack respawned, and I was leaving a ton of loot behind. Even with tier 3 pets, I was losing out on a fair amount of loot that was being dropped. However, what you can do, like I said, is run a zigzag rather than run in a circle. What that means is as you path back over one of the groups of mobs, your pets have a second chance to loot them. And I found that that tends to reward the best loot and the best silver per hour if I'm doing that kind of thing rather than running in a circle. Because chances are the loot that you've left on one pack of mobs you're not going to get back around to in time. Anyway guys, I hope this video is going to be of use to some of you, especially if you're struggling to grind out where all the groups are at the moment and you're having trouble contesting some of the higher payout grind spots. As always, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to check out my live stream. I'm now streaming over on Twitch. You can see me over there at UK Vext. Have a great day guys, and I'll see you soon.